today we're talking about how to protect your 4C hair during the winter so that you can get maximum length retention and health in your hair. So if you follow my channel, you know that most of the year I like to wear braid outs, but you know, depending on where you live, and where I live, it definitely gets super cold in the winter. Like if you try to fight the elements will always win. So to prevent my hair from getting dried out, I do change up my hairstyles in the winter. And today I'm rocking Bantu knots. I try to choose styles where my ends are fully tucked away to prevent dryness, breakage, and split ends. So some of the styles that I like to wear are Bantu knots. And I like this because it's like an easy transfer from a braid out. It's basically the braids, but just pinned up in a Bantu style. And I like that I can refresh it whenever I need to. It's really easy to just take down a braid, moisturize it. My scalp is still accessible, so I can easily oil it. And it's not something that I have to like touch my hair every day. So Bantu knots is definitely a go-to. This winter, I'm going to be experimenting with some styles with weave as well. So in the past, that hasn't really worked well for me, but I feel like I've learned a lot and I know what not to do. So I'll be documenting that for you too. I'm gonna start with easy stuff. I'm gonna start with knotless braids. So I'll definitely keep you updated on how that goes. Anything with weave, I definitely wanna make sure that, first of all, it's not a style that's too heavy, because I have very fine hair and sometimes like the weight of the hair is just too much. And I'm gonna make sure that I moisturize the hair beforehand. So moisturize and dry it. I'm not gonna put wet hair onto my hair. So I'm gonna deep condition the hair beforehand just to get some of that, you know, dryness out of it. And I'm gonna oil it consistently while it's in the style. And again, like with the Bantu knots, I'm gonna make sure I choose something where my scalp is accessible. So no sew-in weaves for me, but I will be trying knotless braids and crochet. Another thing that I like to do in the winter is that's the season where if I want to straighten my hair, I would. And normally I would have straightened my hair already, but you know, since it's quarantine, we can't really go anywhere. There's no holiday gatherings. I'm not sure if I'm going to straighten it. And I like to trim my hair when it's straightened, so I'm gonna have to figure that out. It looks like I might actually go the entire year without straightening my hair, which is not a bad thing, but it is what it is. So the season just makes sense for straightenings, you know, because you'll be able to keep your hair straight easily without worrying about it reverting. And that's a good style to just like leave your hair alone for a couple of weeks at a time. This is also the time when I like to use head wraps. So for me, I like to look done. And I mean, quarantine, I guess my style is a little bit more relaxed, but if I'm stepping out of the house, I like to look somewhat put together. So if my hair is undone, or let's say I just have the braids and I don't feel like pinning them up, I would wear head wraps or like nice satin lined caps. And the satin lined caps are super easy. They're inexpensive on Amazon. You can get like 5 for $10. Easy way to protect your hair. If I do a head wrap, I always make sure I have a satin bonnet underneath so that my hair isn't rubbing against, you know, like the rough cotton or whatever material is in the head wrap. As always, during the winter, it's more important that you deep condition. So I definitely won't be skipping those, and I always deep condition with heat. That's really critical to make sure you maintain the moisture level inside your hair strand. So I'm gonna keep up with that. In the winter, I already have like I guess a longer wash routine, and I don't wash it weekly. I usually do it every 4 weeks, but during the winter, it's like 4 to 6 weeks, depending on how I've styled my hair. So definitely, if there is a time to wash your hair less, it's definitely the winter. Just like how they say summer bodies are made during the winter, I feel like summer hair, when you really want to flaunt your hair, you have that like big glorious fro, you want to prepare for that during the winter. So the winter, if you're doing it right, it's a time where you can get a lot of length retention. If you're not paying attention during the winter though, that's also the time where you can get the most breakage and shredding. And shedding. And finally, during the winter, I like to make sure my hair is oiled. Now, I know like there's this thought in the natural hair community that your scalp produces enough oil. I found that to be not really the case for 4C hair, because with 4C hair, because your hair grows upward, the oil doesn't really distribute down to the hair strand. So oiling my hair is super important. It's been very critical to my hair growth, and so I definitely am heavy with the oils in the winter. I oil my hair usually every day, sometimes every other day, but definitely several times a week. And at this time, I might use something a little bit heavier on my ends, like castor oil on my ends only. Castor oil is too heavy for me to put on my entire strand because I have really fine hair and it just will cause breakage, but definitely something heavier on the ends during the winter. So that's what I do during the winter. I hope that you found this helpful. And if you did, please like, share, and subscribe.